Access Radio. WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
They gon' wonder how we still here, still on top. We used to build here, top 5, punching the clock. Running the field here, feels good coming around. After they hated, but now we run the town till we stuck in a wheelchair. We all share visions of hope and tell stories with dreams. We get the mixing like we giving you dope. And now we in position weekly, all access, extremities, ENT playing on our axis. Politics, top 40, building community from the X, applying that pressure, promoting unity, royalty, education, level support, dope music, enough to feed souls, food for thought. This type of loyalty cannot be bought from a city where being real just cannot be taught. Listen in and you just might learn with Mr. You already know. Welcome to the return.
You already know. Yes, indeed. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, maintaining. How you?
Oh, man, just here excited to have another week with my brother from another, and of course, the best radio station worldwide, Access Radio.
Yes, sir.
Should we do it?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know. It's the X-Tremitiez ENT Talk Show on our Access Radio, going live worldwide. You could catch us on the TuneIn app. You could catch us on YouTube. You could catch us on the .com. You could catch us even if you're walking on the street on your cell phone, because we fly like that. Bouncing off of satellites to an alien, say, what up? Not one guy, everything in the studio with the other big guy, Big Al, DAVON, Franklin, the best co-host in the entire planet. And I, Mr. You already know, here to give you that stuff straight from the sky. Let's go.
Let's go.
My brother, have you seen what's been going on around the world today?
Yes, I've been seeing.
Man, there's a lot of things going on with this COVID business. As you know, just the other day, religious exemption has been provided by the courts. So many workers are upset because they felt like they were forced to take the vaccine, whether it was Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson. In fact, the FDA advisory panel unanimously endorses Moderna's COVID vaccine booster for people 65 and older. Those 18 to 64 were risk factors for severe COVID-19, and those with jobs put them at risk for serious complications. Wow, man. You know, yeah. I know that there's a lot of people that are upset, Dave. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, I said that. I said
yes,
that.
You did. Yes, you did. And people like you and I, you know, we try to be good people, you know, citizens, and try to, you know, abide by what the rules and regulations of, you know, the United States and around the world to keep people safe.
The thing is, it's like, you know, the vaccine, you know, as fast as the disease itself, or the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, had taken place, you know, that's as quick as the vaccine came about. And it's like, you know, you can't, you know, judge individuals because, you know, they're a little hesitant of you know, like, yo, what is this gonna do to me long term? And I know for a fact, like a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't, you know what I'm saying? You know, various religions, they practice. You know, some Jehovah's Witnesses won't even accept blood in a blood transfusion. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it goes against their religious practice. So I knew that was going to be an issue once everybody started talking about mandating and trying to make that push for everybody to insert stuff into their body. You know, you got to take in consideration, if I don't want it, I don't want it. You know?
Exactly. In fact, 10,000 John D. workers go on strike. Workers argue that they deserve more due to company profits. President Biden believes in workers' rights. pandemic has awakened union workers. Union workers are now from as far as upstate New York and Syracuse down to Florida, across to Texas, California, up to Seattle and Alaska are all upset because they feel that they were being forced to take this vaccine. And once this religious exception came in, they said, look at all those people that took the vaccine. What's going to happen to them? Are they going to end up being sick in the future? And now you're trying to enforce boosters. Do they even have to take the boosters? Now that you're giving us religious exempt, but the thing is, they have to be tested at least twice a week. Wow. Is that something to think about, or is that being forced upon us? Make me go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, they even got Hollywood workers, producers, actors, screenwriters, all threatening to quit. In fact, they named this the Great Pandemic. Just like in the past, we have suffered the Great Depression, and we suffered many other things. They saying that this is just another way to control the population. Do you feel that that could sort of have some weight, or is that just another conspiracy theory?
Okay. I think the like we discussed a few weeks back, the pandemic. You threw me off with that. The pandemic. No. In actuality, the pandemic actually awakened a whole lot of people when it came down to, how they value, certain things and certain aspects of their lives. When you realize that certain jobs could actually be done at home, it's
Right.
like, okay, it's not really much of a necessity for me to go to the office to do the job.
Correct.
We was able to function all this time without it. So damn I could get twice the work done at home with less the hours. So
Exactly.
I think a lot of that had a lot to do with it. Not only that, like I said, the industries that was shut down that was actually affected by the pandemic, is like, if you was actually working in those industries, it would kind of inspire you to move away from those industries and go into another industry that wasn't affected, in that manner. So, it's a domino effect. I think the labor situation, though, that all had to do with like workers' conditions and pay. The leverage, is on the worker side, because I think the what was lost before the pandemic is that you need workers then actually to get the revenues that you get, on these jobs, So, without the workers, you kind of stuck. You don't really have a business, or you won't be able to operate
And
the way you would with a workforce, so.
and I myself, I feel bad for the people that were actually let go or resigned because they felt their rights were being violated. And the thing is that, now that all these jobs are available, healthcare, and different situations and across the city, when you move more south and across towards middle America, you notice that different states vary. Like, you don't have to have the vaccine in certain states in order to be in the same industry
No,
because of
it's mandated in the two most populated states that most people travel and go to. That's the one thing that you do have to understand when you talk about New York and California. Those are the most traveled to states in the country. Whether you're going to Los Angeles, whether you're going to San Francisco, whether you're going to New York City, those are the most populated areas where people travel in from overseas and all over the country come to those two particular states, specifically. So you understand the reason and the ideology behind it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What else?
ironic that
Also with the job situation too. You notice they got a lot of ports. They got a lot of port jobs that should be open right now because the ports are kind of backed up as far as getting the cargo, and I think they was talking about Amazon and a few of the other companies that their cargo ships are kind of backed up. So that's good money for those who are interested in getting jobs out there on them damn ports, loading up them containers and getting them on and off the ships.
As much as $50 to $75 an hour for import and export. You are absolutely correct. So when we get our goods and products from places like China, Europe, Australia, and other parts of the world, people are here depressed, thinking, how am I going to be able to pay for my mortgage? How am I going to pay my rent? Will I have to relocate to one of these states where they don't have the mandate as strict? Well, in fact, you don't even have to go that far. You could just go down to South Street Seaport or down to Hunts Point and get a job.
Go see about getting them crane licenses or whatever have you. Now work on them damn docks, man, and get them cargoes, on and off. That's right now is a better time than ever to do that, to look into that right now. So you take that advice, y'all. Hey.
Shout out to everybody working in our good old Bronx area, Hunts Point, all those people that are working overnight and working those forklifts and sending out all the food out to all the supermarkets that go from here to Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. People don't understand, even up here in Orange County, we have a lot of food that goes out with meats, poultry, rice, and all the essentials. And
that was one of my job occupations when I was in the service. You know what I'm saying? To actually unload and offload containers and shit off of ships and planes and shit like that. So yeah, hey man, that's good money out there, man. Go see about it.
And let's close out the whole vaccine talk with our good friend, Brooklyn Nets own Kyrie Irving. There's a big talking about him because he's refusing to take the vaccine, and how the NBA, as well as the Nets, I tell them, you either take the vaccine, come and play, or stay home and don't get paid. And that he has one of those biggest contracts, and they say it's because of him why all these star players came over to Brooklyn. And now that he got the organization convinced to bring these star players so that they can match up with the Lakers and as well as Milwaukee Bucks, now he's stepping out. So now they're saying that people like Harden and everyone else on the team is going to end up possibly not making a championship because of his decision.
Yeah, I think they still have a solid team that could function with Kevin Durant and James Harden and all the other pieces that they got with that team. They're too deep. Kyrie would make them better, but they're deep enough to make the run that they need to run and stay focused with that. As far as Kyrie, I like I said, it's a twofold. You know what I'm saying? I understand because people, players that play in other cities that don't get vaccinated can play at the arenas, what I'm saying, here in New York and in California. They're exempt. So if they're exempt where they could come in and play without taking the vaccine, what I'm saying, why should, and so I get that. I get that point. Hey, yay.
Peace out to everybody that took the vaccine, and God bless. And we hope that everybody that doesn't have a job because they either resigned or they were forced to do something against their beliefs, we hope that, we wish them well and hope they get future employment, because there's a lot of mortgages and rents that are getting backed up.
I hope the vaccine don't fuck us up long term. You know what I'm saying? For all of us who actually took it. You know what I'm saying? We going on the little shot of faith, you know what I'm saying, that the vaccine is going to work and it's going to keep you from being sick, but nobody knows what the long-term effects are. That's why the zombieism that's going on, where you're trying to, you're criticizing and trying to demonize those who don't want to take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? You need to try to check that shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, there hasn't been a study conducted on what's going to affect you 10, 20, 30 years now. We could all end up with cancer behind the shit. So slow down with all you need to take the vaccine, this, that, and the third. If they feel that's what they want to do, let them do that. If that's not what they want to do, it's not your health that's going to be affected if you took the vaccine. You would be
Absolutely.
fine. You will be fine because you took the vaccine. So
Absolutely. So moving on, let's go on to South Carolina. Yeah, we all heard the story about the lawyer that hired a hitman to supposedly murder him and his wife so that his son could reap the benefits. Well, what actually happened was his son opened the door. They murdered the son and the wife, right? Now the hitman who got caught, he's on the stand and he's the one that snitched and said it was actually the South Carolina lawyer with a dramatic twist, Alec Murdoch. New charges are being obtained on his property. Insurance settlement to keep for himself. After he made this contract with a hitman, it turned around stating, as of today, that the insurance settlement was to keep for himself filing false reports so that his son supposedly could keep the money. But overall, the underlying thing was for him to file financial income for unsolved murder. So now we're seeing that this man is getting more charges brought upon them, all because of money. So it was somewhere in about 1 to 2 million, and they find out that it's actually triple that amount.
yeah, for the love of money.
There you go.
Greedy, boy.
So would you actually put your wife and son in danger for something that could never be replaced? Because the money runs out, but family is literally a lifetime, correct?
You never know. That all depends on the motivation of the individuals. You got to understand the motivation behind the individual. Some people will sacrifice their mama for $1. So, you know.
And we coming from the streets of the Bronx and the streets of disbelief, we actually know that as where the substance use has come from the 80s all the way to now, where it's coming full circle 30 years, 40 years later, where we're seeing exactly that a lot of people are talking about, kids are now smoking and doing all types of drugs, as well as the vaccine, which is driving them to a point of zombieism, like you said, where they're not listening. They're not even going to school. They're attacking teachers, all because they want some type of financial income. Well, in fact, you're not going to even be able to get SSI if you get charged with committing a crime, because this is the type of moves that the government is looking to install. Moving across, criminal attempt. Oh my God, criminal contempt for the January 6th riot. Bannon, that's right, Bannon is being charged with criminal contempt as Congress is moving to charge him for being down with Trump and not wanting to take the stand and downplay that the January 6th riots really did occur because of what Donald Trump was giving misinformation. That's right, misinformation on everything that happened. He's saying that it wasn't because of him. He didn't make everybody get up and go onto the Capitol and attack the police and murders that occurred there. Now John Bannon is going to be held in contempt of court and possibly be stripping away of all his financial assets, as everything as of today has been frozen.
You know what? What's that thing? What do they call that thing where you cast deflection on something else to cover up what your true intent is, or what you're really about? I remember when Sarah Palin used to call Obama the gangster government or whatever have you not.
Right.
And this administration that we have with Trump, boy, that is the true definition of the gangster government right there, boy. I mean, if you really think about all the people that were put in play and how many individuals, have basically decided not to take the stand, not the contempt of court, they serve their little time and get exonerated by the gangster president. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all really hired elected a mob organization.
Well, remember what he said, right? Remember what he said when they were running for votes? He says, I got guys in hard hats. I know some guys that come out with bats. So if that's not a mob threat, I don't know what is.
Dude, man. I mean, I was chuckling about the shit, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days ago. I was like, because you can't make this shit up. Like, the irony where you have, where you have the prosecuting attorney for the who took down the American mob, the New York City mob, is the consigliere for the mob acting president.
Exactly.
You can't make this shit up. Like it's like, yo, it's like if somebody actually put this shit down on for a movie script, it would flop because it would be so unbelievable. But this is actually reality of what we just had going on in the last 4 years. It's gonna be amazing what else comes out of that January 6th thing, because I tell you what, they're not keeping their mouth shut for no reason.
Exactly. Now let's go overseas. The disaster happened in Taiwan as a high-rise building killed at least 46 people. Again, just like what happened here in Miami, happened in Taiwan. Bad construction over the years. A lot of people being paid under the table. Now that we're talking about, mob and construction and Trump, he has a lot of things that are going over there. So don't be surprised if he possibly as well has something to do with the construction and the contracts over there because of the ties that happened. That building was actually on a strip where two of his hotels are nearby. Yeah, exactly.
I'm lost with that.
All right, we have something going on over in Beirut. Deadly clashes erupt in the streets of Beirut as protests are also getting upset because the way the U.S. has taken people out of Afghanistan, all the soldiers are out, and now they're doing the same in Beirut. Now, you remember what happened when Obama was in office and, they took down the embassy, and Hillary Clinton and all her emails were talking about what happened at the embassy in Beirut. Now it comes back that people are bringing that back up, and now they're upset because soldiers are being taken out of there as well. That's a touchy situation right now. There's over hundreds of thousands of people fighting soldiers on both sides.
I missed that headline, truthfully, but
yeah, it's just live. It just came in.
Oh, okay. So,
and last but not least, all you Raiders fans.
Oh,
all you Raiders fans, all you guys that love to watch Chucky and Child's Play, your boy John Gruden is terminated as Raiders head coach for racist emails that go back at least 10 years. They say he's doing some misogyny on women, lesbians, LGBTQ community, talking about NFL players that he actually coached and said that he loved. African Americans, Hispanics, whites are all going against him because he says these people were X, Y, and Z. I will not say it on air because it's too bad to say. And here at IAccess Radio, we don't share. Well, you know what? He was calling them some N-words. He was calling them little fags. He was calling them all types of lesbians. Even the referees, the female referees, he says there's no room in the NFL for these little itches. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The man that you thought you loved from East Tennessee is, yes, indeed, on the Bible book as one of the biggest racists of all time. And guess what, Davon? He had a contract of over $100 million for 10 years. Goodbye, Mr. Don.
I'm laughing at the outrage because surprise? No, that's not a surprise, I'm pretty sure because I'm like, well, everybody's going off about the emails. Who was he emailing that shit to? You know what I'm saying? What was the response? What was the response emails? You know what I'm saying? So, they targeted him, they got him, but you'd be surprised, what I'm saying, how many people, because he was comfortable, with saying that kind of stuff. So, that all goes back to the the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Exactly.
The lack of diversity in their ownership. You know what I'm saying? It's like it falls right in line with everything that people had already perceived. You know what I'm saying? That the league was really about up at top. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm not surprised. And hey, moving along.
All right, let's go right into sports. the ALDS, Chicago White Sox versus the Houston Astros. And then you have the NLDS, the Dodgers of Los Angeles versus the San Francisco Giants. Oh, man, that's like the Mets versus the Yankees, but they're both in the same division. Whoever wins out of those 4 teams are going to face off in the World Series. Ladies and gentlemen, your picks, I don't know. I think it's going to be Houston versus the Dodgers. And if the Dodgers win it once again, it's going to be something worth seeing because LA is going to come out strong and fight, as LA is going to be ruling in the Super Bowl this year. As we said, the great lineup from Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and many others.
For the halftime show. Yeah.
That's right. So speaking about the NFL, I'm going to give people the rundown of the week. So here we are, week 6. We got the 4-1 Bills going on against the 3-2 Titans. And tonight we see the Bucks at 4-1 versus the Eagles at 2-3. And then we have the Dolphins at 1-4 versus the Jaguars at 0-5. You have the Bengals at 3-2 versus the Lions at 0-5. The Chargers at 4-1, the Ravens at 4-1. The Chiefs at 2-3, Washington at 2-3. My Green Bay Packers at 4-1 versus the 3-2 Bears. We have the Rams at 4-1 versus the 1-4 Giants. And then you have the Texans at 1-4 versus the 1-4 Colts. The Vikings at 2-3 and the Panthers at 3-2. Cardinals, the undefeated Cardinals at 5-0 versus the 3-2 Browns. And of course, Mike Ice, who will be coming up next, 4-1 Cowboys versus the 2-3 Patriots. Shout out to Mike Ice and his Cowboys because they made me win some dollars on my fantasy. And of course, you got the 3-2 Raiders, who we just spoke about, against the 3-2 Broncos, who have the best defense in the NFL. And last but not least, the 2-3 Seahawks versus the 2-3 Big Ben Steelers. Oh man, that's going to be a hell of a week. And if you're fantasy people picking, I say go with the teams that are underdogs because this time I see a lot of upsets. And if you're in Vegas, please do not place a bet and be next to a mountain because you will be next to a monster that's ready to throw you off. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get into the weather. Last week, I was just told that the weather did not go as planned. That's because the weatherman went. But I'm going to tell you tonight, right now, we're standing at 78 with a low of 65. Tomorrow, Friday, is a high of 80 with partly cloudy skies with 68 at the low. Saturday, it's raining. 78 with a low of 55. Sunday, 66, 52. Monday, 62, 51. Tuesday, 69, 54. Wednesday, 73, 55. Thursday, 71, 57. Friday, 69, 54. The majority of the week is going to be partly cloudy, but the sun is going to be out. So if you're planning to go out, take your kids, take them shopping for their Halloween costumes, and don't forget to check your kids' candy before they go trick-or-treating because poison is in the air. And if it's in the air, it could be anywhere. And then you know what they say, if it can happen here, it can happen anywhere, only in New York. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. DAVON Franklin, I love your hat, and I see that you're already representing LA. So that right there is a sign that the World Series will have the Dodgers.
Actually, I like the colors, man. I don't watch the baseball like that. Better than that. But shout out to them anyways, man. May the best team win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to be back with our guests. Under lock and key on Mike Ice and CNOTE. And I see and was told that they're bearing gifts. So let's see when they come on. Only on the X-Tremitiez ENT talk show with DAVON Franklin
and Jose Rivera
on our Access.
Crazy. Make a nigga want to sing, man. What'd you say? So in love with you. Crazy. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money. I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really want to know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money. I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really want to know is where the love is at. They were chasing them bitches.
chasing the dough. What else? Trapper of the year, 8 years in a row. My Brooklyn man keep a rocket everywhere that he go. Remind you of Harden, except his beard doesn't grow. Shit. Me, I fell in love with moving them plates. Mama knew I was crooked, I made sure she was straight. Let's go. My only fear is going out like Ricky. Tried to do it to me once, so I ride with the blicky. Kept it 100, even when they kept it 50. 100 pounds of peanut butter, and I ain't talking about Skippy. Gotta run it up when the rap or trap. Just make sure whatever you love, loves you back.
I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at.
I'm in love with my money, I'm in love with my bank. I was in love with a pussy till I found out that it stank. I'm in love with the liquor, I'm okay with my health. I used to have love for niggas, now I'm loving myself. I used to bag up raw, I had work on the scale. They look away when you talk and then the love ain't real. I'm in love with New York, not so much with the cops. I grew up with my moms, I ain't fuck with my pops. Social media driven, she in love with her phone. Plastic surgery getting, still living at home. Yeah, I knew him for years, he still came with his glove. Shooting like he ain't know us, so nigga, fuck your love, nigga.
I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at.
I love rap, but I can still get it rockin' today. In the trap with a pot stove, a long clock and a safe. Stay down, never complain about what you got on your plate. You get a good run when it come from out of the States. 5 years from the day, that's when my plug was Simeon. Fell out of love with the game when I fell in love with India. I was knee deep though, spending the dub was minimum. On the highway with it, my favorite drugs, adrenaline. I'm a Mac like Goldie, that was a big influence. Bitch told me she loved me, I said bitch then prove it. They say love is strange, you know, love is powerful. If the love ain't real though, then the love ain't valuable.
I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. I'm in love with this, I'm in love with that. I'm in love with drug money, I'm in love with rap. Got a couple hitters with me and they love to clap. But all I really wanna know is where the love is at. What's up?
I can see it now. Big Benz moving through the crowd like it's traffic. A nigga step on these, they gon' get their ass kicked. I'm blasted, Bill Blast, spit acid, dinosaur shit, Jurassic. Whether cash or the plastic, stash or the mattress, 7 of us, holy bastard. These streets I mastered, have my name blasted all over city streets. Cause of my rap shit, I'm a Mac bitch. I can hug you, love you, thug you, rock with you, pop with you. Soon as you start that trash shit, I might disappear on you, but reappear like it's magic. I ain't your average. If I want something, I can have it. I'm playing low key, I'm so lavish. I see the paper in the air, I just grab it. Love me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally. Yeah. Love me unconditionally. That shit ain't about nothing. We just out stunting. I'm on the route hunting. Just having fun, bugging, blunted. People calling, we coming. I hit you back, another incoming. I've been buzzing. You look stunning. Play the dozens with my buzzins. No boo hugging, crew thugging. Who you loving? Who you wanna be hugging? Car stopping, bar hopping, been popping. You love it. Love to see us. Others wanna be us. Used to only see my nigga on the re-up. 60-40, we up. Get my G's up. Big up my B's up. C's up. To fight and unite. Freeze us. I'm God's son like Jesus. Prestigious. Bill Blast. US2G. Us together. US2G. We us. Come on. Love me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally.
Listen, girl, every time I think I have a Love Jones, there's always something wrong. Shucks, dog.
That's real. I appreciate it, King. Thank you.
That was hard. Niggas say you gonna make it, man.
That's it.
WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
That's one of my favorite videos, and I like to commend my co-host for that selection because, you know, the people in Yonkers are phenomenal, especially on the, the verses. But to be dealing with someone that my co-host is personal friends with, and I'm eager to meet him and have him on the show soon. I can't wait for that day. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only on the lock and keys on Mike Ice and CNOTE in the building. What's going on, family?
What's up, Jose? What's goody?
How you doing, man? I'm sorry I can't be there in person. You know, I love you, bro, but due to some circumstances where I got injured, I just better off being over here because I'm on medications, and it's not good for me to drive, and I don't want to be Willy Bobo driving and get into an accident. But you're there with my other half, my brother, and of course the father himself of our Access Radio's own Big Al. Take care of you, and I understand that you came bearing gifts and all, but we're gonna get into that later. Right now, we're gonna speak about Mike Ice on the lock and key, and of course the producer himself, CNOTE. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
So how you doing, bro? Tell us what's been going on since the last time we seen each other.
Well, man, I just been working hard, man. You know how I get after it, man. So, I've been just grinding, man. Like, I'm grinding 7 days a week, 24/7. 365 days a year, man. I don't take no time off. You already know how I do it, man. I got to be consistent out here, man. If you're not consistent, man, it's like a light. The light go on, and the light can go off at any time. So you got to keep that light going on all the time, man. And that's, for me, man, it's like, man, it's like I'm trying to win a championship, man. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to get to the majors now, man. I know the independent is a good idea, but if you don't have a lot of money behind you independently, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, man, because you're putting your own money out. So now I did the independent route, so I'm going to try the major route now. Because the independent route is always going to be there. You know that, Jose. We've been doing this for years. You know what I mean? I'm 20 years in as an OG vet, and you probably got 30 in on me. You know what I'm saying? But, we've been doing our thing, man. I just want to pay homage like always, man. You always doing your thing, man. You always keep me in the loop, man, and I keep you in the loop, man. And that's what brotherhood is all about, man.
Yeah, man, and shout out to your artists who've been doing it big. JMO, who is also a veteran, just like DAVON Franklin, and I like to salute him on his marriage and his child, and he's come a long way as well. And your artists that you have spread out throughout the nation, even overseas, and with great music being produced by your right hand man that's right there, CNOTE, man. Talk about everything that you've been doing.
But right now, I'm working on music placements, under lock and key director, music producer. We're working on 50-50 splits of publishing. We're working with various artists right now. Like I said, we have right now JMO and I have this guy named this artist, our artist, Swamp City, Bigfoot. We have a track that's out right now called Run It Up. It's gonna come out on Thanksgiving on the 31st of this month. It's a Halloween track that we have done, and we're gonna sooner or later probably work on a video on that.
Wait a minute, is that the same Bigfoot that's from the Bronx?
Yeah, that's Bigfoot.
Yo, Bigfoot has been doing work for years, and I'm glad to hear that he's working with you, because I see that he's been independent for a long time. I used to see his pictures by the barbershops, back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, and the early 2000s. So him working with Under Lock and Key is a good thing, because I'm glad you locked him in.
It wasn't even a problem, man. Like, we go back years, man, and we used to do events together and stuff like that. They used to come out to the events that I used to throw and stuff like that. And he say, "Oh, my guys, whatever you need, man, let's just do it, man." He got the same mindset. That's why it was able for us to actually be able to work together easily. You know what I mean? And it's a shout out to the whole Swamp City, man. And we working, man. That's all. It's all about working, man. Staying consistent, like I said earlier, and just working, man, and getting the work out. That's all it is.
Man, recently you was doing interviews in other radio stations. Shout out to Rough Riders, our family, of course, and shout out to you was down in 42nd Street, right?
Yeah, we did an interview up at Rough Riders. Shout out to the Ride Along Radio. Shout out to all of them up in there, man. They were great, man. You know what I'm saying? We went up there, we did our thing, we promoted everything that we talking about right now, and we just doing like a radio and TV promo, and then we was out at 42nd Street by the Red Seats with, shout out to Doug Engelbert that been doing it for years. I know you're familiar with him. That's Video City. We was on Video City Saturday. And then we're gonna be next Thursday, we're gonna be live online with Justin Newman, White Boy Productions from Sydney, Australia. So, like I said, man, we doing it all over, man. We trying to expand everywhere.
Now, understand that you recently acquired some artists from like Africa, Europe, and Australia.
Yeah, we have a couple of artists from Africa that we working with. We have a producer that signed to us. His name is Akadas, and he just dropped the clothing line also. We'll get into that in a little while because we got a clothing line out too. And he produces for us, and CNOTE signed them like about 3-4 months ago, and he's Under Lock and Key producer. He's all over Africa, He's doing his thing out there, and we got artist BB that we actually promoting right now. He's one of our African artists out there, and we just expanding, man. There's a lot of people want us to manage them too and stuff like that because they see what we're doing, But right now we got to concentrate on the prize, man, and that's platinum and gold frames, man. That's all we practicing on. Like, you go to play basketball, man. That's what we practicing on, man. Going to actually get that championship trophy. And when I say championship trophy, that's platinum and gold plaques. That's what we reaching for. That's our ultimate goal.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that when you put up on social media, you're always educating artists and saying, listen, if you don't have a following, if you don't have a large amount of people that follow you on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all over, then you need to do more work and stop going to shows and having only 2 people at your shows. Speak about why you express yourself that way.
The thing with that is like, we used to do showcases and stuff like that, open mics, and we used to do concert series and stuff like that. Yourself too. A lot of people don't know that actually the legwork behind it, the preparation behind the scenes, how much you got to put in to actually make a showcase relevant, structured, and it runs right. So a lot of people, they just wing it, they throw shows together, and then when it doesn't come out right, they want to blame everybody. And you can't blame everybody because you have to take time to prepare what you're trying to do. You just can't just throw things together. And when we were doing it, we always structured everything we did. That's why we had so many great shows.
Okay.
I remember when we did one of our first shows, we dedicated to a young lady that was killed on Washington Avenue, and we did a domestic violence thing. And shout out to Ms. Guzman, and you was a part of that. And I want to say thank you for helping me with that, because her family came out and we did the interviews and all, and it turned out to be, it was actually a Martin Luther King weekend when we did it, and it was a Stop the Violence event.
Yep.
And when I put the what was it, the thing with Michael Walsh when he used to Adam's father. Remember, every week he used to come out and talking about chasing all these criminals that were getting away with crimes, and everybody just were brought to tears. And then JMO and everybody got up in there. Shout out to Nicole as well. And we was all in there performing and doing a great thing. And it wasn't even about us; it was about the family. And the money that we raised for the family that day was phenomenal. We raised over $1,800 in 2 hours.
Yeah.
To stop the violence.
Yeah. But you do your thing, Jose, man. The room was packed, man. Everybody came out and showed you mad love, man. Like I say always, man, I always pay homage to you, man. You do your thing, man. And you know what? Sometimes we're more underappreciated than appreciated. And I know me and you talk about that all the time. We'll take the shirt off our back for people, and people don't realize that.
Exactly. And that's why we're at the point that we're at. And you're doing such well things, you're doing good things, and people recognize, the spirit, because like you said earlier, if you ain't in it with your whole human mind, body, and soul, and thinking about others, you ain't gonna get nowhere, because we know the schemers, we know the bootleggers, we know the people that just want to sell a ticket. If it's $10, they want to take $8 and give an artist $2. Nah, man, come on, man. People got to eat. You know that they pay transportation. They got to take the train. They got to take the bus. And they're coming as far as other states. So what we do is we actually work with them and say, listen, if you sell this, you get this. If you get this amount of people to come in, we're going to compensate you in an appropriate manner. And when we say the word compensate, they look at us like we're crazy. You're going to give me money? Like, come on, man. You put it in the work. It's not about us, man. You know my saying, Mike. It's never about me. It's always about we. And that's why I commend you, because you always think about others and you see the potential, like what you saw in JMO and what you see in your artists. I love the fact that you went down south and you did that Black Lives Matter video, man. That is powerful. Speak a little bit about that, please.
Oh yeah, that was in Washington. We shout out to Point Blank BX. He shot the video, and I structured the whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I always said to myself, like I always wanted to go to Washington, and I put it together, man. We put that together in like a two week span. Like we put that together real quick. Me, CNOTE, shout out to Boss Lady Sha Ames, Tarzan, Nisi, JMO was on the track. You know what I mean? We all came together on that as one, man, in a collective whole, man, and we put a masterpiece together, Black Lives Matter, and we did it during the protest when we was up there. So it was big, man. It was 1 million people out there, so we had $1 million video, man. Like it was dope, man. We went up to the Capitol. We got footage over by the Capitol and all over Washington and stuff like that, man. And have fun with it, man. You gotta have fun with it. You gotta have passion. And you got to have fun with it. You got to be enjoying what you do always. Always enjoy it.
Shout out to the big boss lady, Sha Ames, man. I seen that ever since, you hooked up with her and she's been working with you, but then y'all build a great relationship to where that's your serious right hand, man. And, everybody that doesn't know, behind every strong man, there's even a stronger lady that influences the man to chase his passion. And I see you doing that right now, man. All the years we've been together, I see you finally being happy, Mike. You're not stressed. You're happy, man. You're doing it all with a smile.
Take that, man. Because you already know, man, I used to be always like tense and upset and stuff like that because I wanted stuff to be so perfect, man. And now I'm refreshed. It's fun to even do it again. Like, you know what I mean? At one time, remember we was talking about even packing it in at one time, man, because we got tired of the nonsense and stuff like that. But it's too many people out there that keep telling me, keep doing what you're doing, like yourself, man. And like when you have a brotherhood in this industry like we do, and we always big each other up, and we none of us hate on one another. We always support one another. We never complain, and we look out for one another, man. And I just love that we still have that, man, because a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? They don't work together. They don't want to support or promote each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, it's crazy, man, now, man. It's like, I don't know, man. Like sometimes I don't even listen to too much of the new hip hop, man, because I'm an old school. And when you actually put together music, you have to put the production together right, man. The lyrics got to be tight.
Right.
And we was talking about, it's funny, I know you're going to laugh at this, Jose. I put it up on my page, and Jada even said it. He said, yo, if you want to spit over your lyrics, stay in your car and listen to Apple Music, man. Nobody does live shows no more, man. Everybody spits over their vocals, man.
You're absolutely right. You know how many times I used to get pissed off, Mike, going to a show, be like, all right, I want to hear, you know, the tenacity. I want to hear the cadence. I want to hear how you breathe. I want to hear all this stuff. And it's like, because whenever we heard Biggie, when we heard, you know, Pac, they always did live. And even if they forgot their lyrics and they would stop, the crowd would take it. And that was okay because everybody loved and knew the lyrics. But nowadays, like you said, you got these guys that their lips stop moving, but the music keeps going. It's like, yo, what is this? Did I just spend money on a ticket to see this? I could have just listened to it or saw it on TV or internet. So you are absolutely correct. I'll big you up for that, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's crazy, man. It's like, yo, and I'm glad they did the versus battle because the old school and the new school don't understand, like, the old school is the pioneers of hip hop. It's a culture. It's not just hip hop. It's a culture. We're a culture. And a lot of new school artists don't realize that. Yeah, it's your turn. But if it wasn't for the Jay-Z's and the Nas's, and then we'll go way back to the Mimbadas and the Ice-T's and the Master P's and all these people that actually made it for you to get this revenue. Because without them, you wouldn't have knew the game. You wouldn't have got this revenue making all this money now. Because they don't want that pack cash money. They Puff Daddy, you know, they all paved the way. Jay-Z, all these gentlemen paved the way for you to make money like you doing, to feed your families and get mansions and jewelry and all that. And then everybody took the same blueprint. Like 50 is killing them right now, man. He's doing it big. And that's one of my mentors. I love watching 50 because 50 is a businessman, man. And yo, he's just killing. He's killing the movie scene right now. He's killing the internet with all this stuff he's putting out, man. And I love it, man. And that's what you work hard for to get to that point. Only thing 50 got to do is make guest appearances now and drink champagne with people. Because his money's coming in. His money's coming in while he's sleeping. The register's ringing while he's sleeping. And that's where you want to get to, man. Like Remy Ma said it. She has a show on VH1. And she's saying 6% of the hood is going to a status quo. Only 6% of people in the hood is going to make it out the hood. Everybody else is going to stay in the hood because they're not putting themselves in position to get out the hood. And that's the problem with a lot of people. Your mindset has to be sharp to get out the hood. That's what we work hard for, to get out of it, not stay in it, because we know what's in it. We all come from that. So you don't want to live that for the rest of your life. So when you leave the hood and you do good, everybody, oh, they don't act like they know nobody no more. The problem was that I was paying attention to working hard and getting out, and y'all was paying attention just to stay there. And that's not the goal.
You know what the thing is that people only see the success. They don't know the blood, sweat, tears, the hours, the bags under the eyes. They don't see how family, gets stressed out because they worried about her being in the street.
A lot of setbacks in that game. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of consistent grind. But like you said earlier, it's consistent grind. You got to be consistent with it. You can't start it and then, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stop for a few and then pick up. You know what I'm saying? It's consistent. You got to consistently strive to get better each time you go out. So, yeah, I agree.
All right, so Mike and Cino, what's the first track we're gonna listen to? And we're not gonna give everybody too much of it. We're only gonna give them like a snippet, like 2 minutes of it, because we want them to go online and we want them to show you love. We want the streams to go up, and we want them to purchase, because nowadays you don't have to use the cash. You could go online and use your card to purchase and show love. So let the people know what's the first one coming up.
What's in the queue? I don't know. I said a couple. What's in the queue?
Big Al.
Okay,
one of the best ones.
I think they said using my talent is the first one in the queue. So that's JMO and CNOTE using my talent.
JMO and CNOTE. That's what's up. CNOTE's doing his thing. I saw him doing a FaceTime with Fat Joe.
Yeah, I seen that. Shout out to CNOTE out there, man. Doing freestyle Tuesdays, Thursdays.
That's right. Let's go on your I-Axis Radio. Mike Ice, CNOTE on the lock and key with DAVON Franklin.
This life is too damn short just to fear death. I'm chasing dreams so hard that I ain't slept. That's why I'm never stopping even if there's none left. And like my mama, she gave it all to the last breath. She told me never let go of what you promised me. And since I'm leaving, I've been disappointed, honestly. Like how you supposed to see me now for what I'm trying to be. Almost gave up until I saw that flame inside of me. The sons of Phoenix, we are. Our bodies made of the stars. I thought the sky was my limit until I woke up on Mars. Through this life we been scars and ain't nothing ever changing. That the wisdom in my soul so abundant that it made me rap. I'm keeping flow like I'm part of the ocean. And even with a lot of hate, can't deny I'm the chosen. Mama said go hard till you the best on the planet. Believe the world is in your hands, young man, and just keep using your talent. I'ma keep using my talent. I'ma keep using my talent. I will never fall off balance. I might bleed, I might bruise. It might be hard, but I won't lose when I'm using my talent. When I'm using my talent, I'ma keep using my talent.
That's pretty tough. I like that one. That was JMO.
That's JMO and CNOTE.
Whoa.
Dope.
Who came up with that title?
I'm JMO, man. You know, JMO go in the studio, he do his thing, man, and he bring the music, and then we take it from there. So you know, that's him. That's all him, man.
I love the originality. What you think, DAVON?
I like the record. Shout out JMO. That was dope.
I know DAVON likes the guitar, the acoustics, and all that, because DAVON is an acoustic man himself. So who was it was that an actual person, or was that just a sample?
I think that was a sample.
Okay, but I like the way that they incorporated into the track, and then with that was CNOTE.
Yeah, that was CNOTE. He's on the feature. He's a feature.
Okay,
he's on the second verse.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what else we got, brother?
We got About to Lie. We sent you About to Lie, and we sent Run It Up, and what else we sent? Pros, right?
Pros.
And Pros. Yeah. Pros is we actually shout out to IMG Records. Yeah. We went to Orlando, Jose. You gonna jump out your seat and run out your house when I tell you this one. We actually flew to Orlando. We recorded the track in the studio. We went in the mall. They had asset. They closed the mall down. The studio was in the mall. They lifted up the gate and everything, and we went, and we was the only one in the mall, and we went right in the studio.
Oh wow!
What?
Yeah, that was big. You know what I'm saying? That was a special moment, man. And shout out to IMG. This is in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, IMG.
Yeah, IMG Records, man. Will Covington, shout out, man. Inferno Music Group. Shout out to Gwen Covington, man. I'm working with them right now. That's why I don't reveal everything and I do all the time, man. But that's something I wanted to speak on, man, because that was a big moment for us, man, right there, man. Yep. And he's actually gonna distribute through his record company, and he's going to distribute on Sony Orchard. So we're excited about that.
Okay. Big things. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, you gotta make moves, man. It's like you can't just make moves in New York, man. You gotta make moves. We might be going down to Orlando in November, right? Mm-hmm. November 19th to the 22nd. Shout out to Master Mook and the Black Diva Models. They always throw events in every city, so we used to go on tour with them. But unfortunately, our schedules conflicted, so we couldn't get back on tour with him. So we looking forward to actually going down. If everything go right for us, we're gonna get back on that tour with him, man. He be going from city to city, state to state. He even be going overseas, going to Dominican, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, you name it, he there, man. Yeah. He take flights like crazy, man. He in and out of New York like like clockwork, man. Just want to shout him out, man. Him and his beautiful wife, Miami, man. They doing their thing. They like a power couple like me and Sha. So I respect everybody's grind like that. You know what I mean?
Let's get into it. Big Al.
Sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. So sick and tired. So sick of being sick and tired. Yoko on the beat. What up, my nigga?
Yoko, baby.
I'm so sick and tired of the back and forth shit. It's about time I let this auto 4-4 spit. Wait, I got a son that really needs his dad. Ain't nothing left to do but get up in my fucking bag. Till my bros come through, cause the flight leaving. Tell these motherfucking haters lights out season. These balls are loud like the stuff that keep your breath wheezing. I stay blessed like I spent the whole night sneezing. I'm about to really OD, like I took a bad drug and the drug took me. Hold up, let me take that back. Makes me think about the time my best friend smoked crack. My friend's mom took a drag, she was hooked like that. This so real that my ad-libs should all say facts. Veteran bars better check my stats. Mr. JMO, also known as Click Clack. Bring a real rap back, and that ain't I'm really here for. They love the verses cause I make the people feel more like a good massage. I rub the right way, keep going on, you the hardest what the kites say. Cause I'm the first one they pick like it's draft day. I've always been 100, fuck boys, keep it halfway. Spent a lot of money past few days, lost a lot of good old friends in some bad new ways. Flow got them on a brand new wave. 300 Spartans and we all got blades. A burro boy head both seen say, if I triple OG, I'm a hood scene say. Birds gray on my chest and it's not display. It's to make a brother think before I sling that yay. A butcher body when I blow that tray. R.I.P. to all the body bags I carried away. Hey, you won't be ready for the war if your gun's small. The only time you catch your bodies playing trust fall. I responded when they made the 9/11 call. My people fell to their knees, I stood tall. God would never throw me anything I couldn't handle. 200 nights in the desert, but in my boots sandals. Jesus Christ, what a man you have made. To doing music every day from throwing grenades. For every military life, a politician get paid. For every verse they're giving hawk, so don't get caught by the blame.
Woo! Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said boots, desert. Woo! Shout out to all the soldiers. Woo! That's why I love DAVON. You see DAVON because DAVON was overseas and he knows exactly what JMO was saying. Yo, DAVON, tell me that didn't touch your heart, brother.
It was a dope record, man.
That's what's up, man.
That's from life experiences. You know how JMO, he writes life experience records, and you got to tell a story. That's what it's about. Artists don't realize that you have to tell a story. Just can't get on the track and just say anything. You know what I mean? And you know, that's one of the things that I love about him. Like, he'll take his time, he'll study what he need to do, and you know, he puts it together, man. And that's why he comes up with dope songs. You know what I'm saying? It's about making songs. It's not about freestyling all the time and stuff like that. You want to make it on radio, you want to make it major, you got to know how to put music together. You got to write songs.
All right.
Hey, CNOTE, talk about your experience working with JMO.
Oh, JMO is awesome, man. This kid is like, I remember times I would give him tracks and he like, yo, CNOTE, I got this. Don't worry about it. And he would just write. He's like one of those artists, like, you can give him anything and he would turn it into gold. I could give him maybe a drum and a guitar and hand it to him and he'll turn it into gold. That's how talented this young brother is. He's very talented, and like I say, you know, he's good, and that's how we do. We hand it to him, and he'll take it and ace it, like Mike say. He takes his time. When he takes his time, it fits. He tells the story, and that's what's missing today. A lot of artists don't tell stories. They just rap, and they don't know that songs is about it's stories, and that's what people want to hear: stories,
all right,
life.
And it's interesting you should say that because when you say stories, it throws me back to Slick Rick. Remember the song?
Right. Right.
It's storyteller, right?
Right.
And ever since then, you know, you would fiend for somebody like Biggie, Pac. Oh yeah, they telling the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're talking about real life. And JMO reignites that. So thank you for pointing that out, CNOTE, because not a lot of artists, like Mike said, I can't listen to these artists nowadays, man. All they do is that mumble rap, or they sound like somebody like 6ix9ine and what the hell is going on?
Right. It's true. Don't forget my man KRS-One, Knowledge.
Exactly. Rakim the Master, everybody, and be tuned in for that verses coming up too as well.
Right.
That's gonna be epic. But now you got some young guys out there that's actually putting it down, that's putting bars out there. You know what I'm saying, telling stories and stuff. You know what I'm saying. You would like to see them get more love on the national radio scene. You know what I'm saying. But you got some guys out there that's really telling good stories. But we could always use more, and you know what I'm saying. I appreciate what JMO's doing, trying to bring to the game. So that's definitely.
So what we got next, Mike?
I think next is like what is Pros? Pros is the track that we actually recorded in Orlando, and that's like for the international look. Like we're gonna push that over international first, and then we're bringing it back to the United States. We got it out over here, but we have it out on like different platforms. But we actually release it. We're gonna release it over officially, professionally over into international overseas. You know what I mean? So that's what we trying to do now, man. We trying to expand like worldwide, man. Like
you gotta do it.
I love like the love that I'm getting outside of the United States. It's beautiful, man. I got people over in different continents and different places wearing my T-shirts, my hoodies, my hats. So I just want to shout all of them out. And I want to shout out Team You OK Nation. That's what I actually made my second company, and I did it in 2016. A lot of people say, how you going to run two companies? This is 6 years running Team You OK Nation. I want to shout them out, man, to everybody. And that's a part of the international look that I actually put together, man. It's like, that's why I named it that. You know what I mean? Because Under Lock and Key already stands for, you know, what it stands for. So I say, yo, let me get in my bag and let me see what I can do. You know what I'm saying? And I want to try to expand it. And that's what I did. So I came up with Team You OK Nation. And everybody ran with it with me. You know, shout out to everybody that stayed, you know, true to the game with me and, you know, believed in me and you know, held fort. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. And, you know, continue to support Under Lock and Key, Team You OK Nation out there, man. We expanding, man. You know, get with the movement, man. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things on deck, man. I just don't talk about it until they finalize. And then they like, how you do that? How you get that off? How you did this? It's all about working, man. When people are asleep, I'm up working at nighttime. Jose. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? A lot of people that know me, like you guys know, y'all know I don't get no sleep because I want it, man. I want to go that extra yard to get to where I need to get to. And you're not going to get to where you need to get to if you don't got that extra yard in you, man. It's like you on a goal line and you're playing football and you say 1 yard to get in the end zone. You got people in front of you. You going to run through that or you going to let them stop you?
Right.
Exactly. So let's go into pros and show them that you get the touchdown.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Mo. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Go. They want what's real, so now you know. No. We catching flights, we booked on shows. Shows. All music, my team in the pros. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. They want what's real, so now you know. No. We catching flights, we booked on shows. Shows. All music, my team in the pros. Everybody stand up, cause I'll never let you down. I represent the world, but for now it's just my town. From NYC, I'm spraying BX boogie rounds. I go for 50 million rounds until they give me the crown. I faced a lot of opposition just to be in this position. So they document my missions in the form of composition. Competition never ready for these lethal incisions. Next thing you know, I'm popping through your hood like pistols. Moving towards the obstacles despite the circumstances. Living life a risk in itself. I'm taking my chances. Got a real true team. Never worry where my man's is. They've been around since before for the cash advances. You must be hard of hearing if you say that you don't feel it. A racky warfare, only running with the villains. Never taking no, I'm staying blessed like the Pope. I'm spitting gold, telling hip hop that I'm the last. 3, 2, 1, let's go, go. They want what's real, so now you know. Let's go. No, we catching flights, we booked on shows. Let's go. Shows, all music, my team in the pros. Let's go, pros. Justice is my
Woo! You see my face? Touchdown!
Yeah, we just trying to put good music together, man. It's like, you know how Jay is, man. Jay is like, yo, a lot of people don't study their craft. They don't know how to ride a beat either, man. They don't know how to ride a track. They don't make sense. They don't take time, man. And I tell artists all the time, man, you have to perfect your craft. You can't just jump on tracks. You can't just jump in the booth and expect everybody to say that shit is hot all the time. A lot of people don't criticize people when the song is not hot because they saying like, yo, you lit, you hot or whatever. But then when you get around the majors and they tell you like, nah, that ain't what it is, man. And you know, that's what we try to embed in a lot of artists, man. Like, yo, study your craft and perfect it, man, before you put it out, man. Because if you don't, and you don't have that marketing promotion behind it, it ain't gonna go nowhere. You can just put your money, you can put your money up and put your music on all platforms, but if you don't put the right marketing promotion behind it, it's gonna sit there like on a shelf. Like you go to the supermarket, you want this off the shelf, but you leave that because you don't want that on the shelf. And that's how music is.
All right, so what's the last track we're getting into? And please don't leave, because I want you to.
That was the last track. That was the last.
No, we got Running Up, right?
You got one more? Which one is that?
That's the Running Up.
I want you to see Davon's top 5 picks that's coming on right after yours, after your interview, and so you could send videos to Davon as well for future, to promote Under Lock and Key as well, because Davon got his top 5 picks and he's always promoting everybody.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. Davon, appreciate it. Oh yeah, that's Run It Up. That's Bigfoot.
Yep, Bigfoot.
That's
produced by CNOTE.
Oh, that's what's up. I love it, man. I love it. Let's go.
CNOTE World.
Swamp City. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up. Guns, boom. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up. 4, boom. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up. Guns, boom. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up. 4, moon. Y'all see the way y'all give it up. Y'all see the way don't give a f. Y'all play no games, no David Bucks. Outline, take them up. Bobby Flay with the Y'all see the way y'all bake it up, chef it up. Y'all trash, step it up. Toe tagging them body bags. I keep it on me, don't press your luck. RP and the rest them up, box them up, dress them up. Who he fooling? Don't know what he doing. Your man and them should arrest them up. This is not a movie. Don't pursue me. No 17s won't wet them up. Bankroll, double up. I'm in the streets, flood them up. I am a beast, I'm off the leash. Better tell your team, get a huddle up. Goonie, juggernaut, night, tuck them up. Jim Star with the gym blades. I see the way I cut them up. Pans, bubble up. Myers, gut them up. Get out the way, stay out my face. Duct tape, I'm shut them up. I don't play, no masquerade, nut in the face, no cut them up. No one to save, straight out the gates. All these guns are muffled up. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up. Guns, boom. Look at the way we running up. Look at the way we coming up. Look at the way we running up.
Man, I love the marriage. I love the marriage between CNOTE and the big man Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? And I love the way he even included Juggernaut in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Bigfoot is. He's a juggernaut in the game. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the way that you have incorporated your talent into Bigfoot's voice. I listen to it. I hear the marriage. You know what I'm saying? because that's exactly what it is. And I appreciate that. That's great music. That's what we're missing out of hip hop. That's what Davon and I always speak about. Like music. I don't want to hear. I want to hear music, and that's music, man. What do you think, D?
I liked it. It was cool. Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It had a little bounce. It had a nice little bounce to it. I was saying to Mike about the JMO record that I was visualizing El Paso, Texas, right? Rolling down the street in El Paso, Texas. That's the thing that you want to do with your music. You want to be able to move around, you know what I'm saying, to different locale, and you know, have people all over the place listening to it. So, you know, that's the luck with it, man.
Appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. Bigfoot and CNOTE, we doing a joint venture with Bigfoot and Swamp City, so we're gonna have a lot of music coming out their way, you know what I mean? So we just getting started with them, you know what I mean? So that's gonna drop on Halloween. We're gonna try to do a video before Halloween if we can. So, you know, our busy schedules and stuff like that. We're doing a lot of interviews, we're doing a lot of, you know, work behind the scenes and stuff like that. And we're gonna be doing a lot of traveling next year. So, you know, we trying to go to Sydney, Australia next August. You know what I mean? Like, we really trying to do it for real, man. We ain't like playing with this shit, man. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
And we want to get outside of New York, man, and grace other cities and other states, man, and just touch down like that, man. And we've been, like, me and wifey, you already see, we be going from city to city, state to state. I just don't be going on vacation. I be making business moves also. Right. So, you know what I mean? We've been to Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Washington, and Atlanta last year during the pandemic. So we was moving around too. So we've been out of New York like 5-6 different times, man. But you guys know how to move during the pandemic. A lot of people didn't know how to move during the pandemic. That's why everybody like, yo, how the fuck you on the beach? Excuse my language. How you on the beach? How you in the pools and the jacuzzis and stuff like that? There was a pandemic. I said certain places, man, as long as you had a mask and all that, you was good, man. And then you had social distancing. Everywhere we went, we had social distancing, so we was good. And I just enjoy myself when I go out of the city. You supposed to enjoy yourself. I work hard. Like I always say, you work hard, you play hard. You know what I mean? So,
let everybody know where they could get everything at. CNOTE, let everybody know where they can find your music.
They can find my music on BeatStars. I'm actually now gonna start my own my own website soon. But right now on BeatStars, you can find it under CNOTE C Flizzy, CNOTE's World Music at BeatStars.
And of course, Mike Ice on the Lock and Key. Let them know, brother.
Yeah, I'm actually in a process of reconstruction of my website. I got shout out to my graphic designer over in Morocco. I got a new graphic designer, and he's just great. He hits me with designs and stuff like that. And I got some new designs for my clothing line and stuff like that. And it's beautiful to work with people outside of the United States, man. Yo, his turnaround is crazy, and he just sends me stuff all the time, man. And I just want to shout him out, man. You know what I'm saying? Over there doing good work and stuff like that. And he's going to be working on my new website. I'm getting a new website, and I'm also getting a website for my clothing line also. So I'm making a lot of different moves now. In the past, I used to have other websites and stuff like that, but I took them down due to, you know, company processing and stuff like that with different people and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to put up new ones with new material and new clothes and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. But you can reach me on my social media. You know, my Mike Ice page on Facebook is always active. I get all my traffic through there. And my Instagram, I get traffic through there. It's Mike Ice, ULK. Twitter, I'm under Lock and Key. YouTube is Lock and Key ENT365. And you can email me at lockandkeyent@yahoo.com. I keep everything simple, man, so I don't got to remember a lot of things. So, you know what I mean? It's hard when you actually keep getting different emails and different stuff. So I just keep it basically in the family, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as that's concerned.
That's what's up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been getting the texts and calls. I know you're eager to call in, but first we're going to get into Davon Franklin's top 5 picks of the week. And right after that, call in so that you can shout out Mike Ice, CNOTE, as well as I got people saying, yo, I want to promote stuff on Our Access Radio because Our Access Radio is worldwide. And I see that Davon is, you know, he's looking all smooth and we want to talk to him as well. I said, of course, because my brother's that guy.
Stop, man. The watch is banging me in my face, man. It's banging up my glasses, Joe.
Don't let don't let that shit fool y'all.
He's blinging over here, man. He dripping, man.
Over here.
I need one of those. Can I get one of those?
Sterling silver and stainless steel pimping.
He lying to y'all, man. This is shining over here, man. I see it.
All right, man. So I hope Mike Ice and Tino stay there, you know what I'm saying, to the end of the show so we could continue to talk about, some things. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to Davon Franklin, his top 5 flicks of the week. And, I'm going to allow my brothers to do their flicks and all that while Davon is showing his videos only on our Access Radio. Davon, do what you do.
Let's take it to a commercial for a quick second, though. All right, play anything.
All right, brother, let's go.
Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. Check a 1 2 1 2. Shake that ass. Check a 1 2 1 2. Met this French chick at a bar, face like a supermodel, body like a porn star. Yeah. Brain like Einstein, game like AI, stacking that money high. Yeah, girl, you know you a porn star. You should be on my team. Yeah, you know we going far. Yeah, and I know you feel my eye beam staring at your ass, girl. Damn, girl. Yeah, you know you got that money maker, shake it like a salt shaker. Ooh, you's a heartbreaker. But wait up, we gotta talk. Get up, dance bar, get up. Then fuck, split up, get back, make up, then stack, cake up, and I'll be waiting for you while you do makeup. But wait up, I gotta coordinate up, cause Nick just bought some shit, we about to get baked up. Yeah, and take the elevator. Just dance, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Shake that ass, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Just dance, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Shake that ass, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France.
Girl, your body good, dog. Girl, your body good. Boardroom smart, but I love it when they hood. Aquazura Amazon sandals in that emerald green. Same color gown by Alexander McQueen. And the chicas hopped in that Bentley SUV. I'm thinking to myself, who the hell is she? True looking like Al, bodies like blah. Even a chubby pal had a face like leaving the World Film Fest. Looking so correct, yeah. Finest thing walking through Montreal, Quebec. Club La Boom, next spot. 1738 shots. Bottles of Ciroc while my man Roots rock. Shorty sipping Molson Dry, zoning off that Choctaw. No doubt I feel managed, but don't want to take advantage. Let that vixen pass by. Illa, I gotta get with her. 5-footer, all on her mouth like liquor. Like liquor.
Just dance, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Shake that ass, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France.
Just dance, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Shake that ass, ladies in Montreal, femme de la France.
Hey babe, I'm thinking about popping the question. Like, do you wanna watch boxing or wrestling? I joke a lot, but I'm serious than XM. My heart pounding, so cardiac arrest him.
Why?
Because I'm so in love with ya. Type of woman that'll fart in the tub with ya. She not on IG, Facebook, or Twitter. You try to hit her, she right hook a nigga.
Right.
French kissing me while we sitting in traffic. I exhale well with my Angela Bassett. Breathe in, breathe out.
Hey.
After sex, I swear to weave out. Hey yo, Fife, I feel that the vibe is right. We glowing, our eyes brighter than neon lights. Her beats the bomb, and I shot for shoes. You don't get it, then it's not for you. Dig it. Let's go. Yo, just dance. Ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Hey, shake that ass. Ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Yo, just dance. Ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Hey, shake that ass. Ladies in Montreal, femme de la France. Yes, sir. Five dog. Illa J. Red man. Potato head people on the beats. Rasta Roots. Ali Shaheed on the mix. Man, you got this shit knocking, bro. Facts. We miss you, Fife. Forever, nigga.
Sometimes you gotta be broken to build yourself back up stronger, piece by piece, to appreciate the healing. So the next time you're looking for love, you know where to find it.
Late in the night and I'm faded. Say that you're not gonna make it. That's 2 times in a row for you. Feel some curving, it's overdue. Lately you're testing my patience. Baby, I think you must be mistaken. I could find me somebody new, but they won't compare the truth. Yeah. Girl, you got me cocky and sloppy. You get underneath my skin, and it drives me to no end. Look it, I ain't worried, cause they're not me, just a copy. But if you're searching for more, I'll tell you what you already know. Say, baby, if you're looking for love, girl, son of a lady, you're bound to find it. Can't keep holding on to what was. You gotta be willing to trust in something if you're really looking for love. Girl, son of a lady, you know it's right here. It'll come when you open up. Till then, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. You know the number. We'll keep in touch. It's too late, show way, no way. Drop dead, gorgeous, cold case. You get what you want from them names. Trust me, we're not in the same race. You're worth a good chasing. I thought about it, I put it on the line, but you run around it. You say you needed space, so I bought a rocket. Been back in the same place, cause you got me cocky, but sloppy. You get underneath my skin, and it drives me to no end. Look it, I ain't worried, cause they're not me, just a copy. But if you're searching for more, I'll tell you what you already know. Say, baby, if you're looking for love, girl, son of a lady, you're bound to find it. Can't keep holding on to what was. You gotta be willing to trust in something if you're really looking for love. Girl, son of a lady, you know it's right here. It'll come when you open up. Till then, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. You know the number. We'll keep in touch.
That's right. Yes, indeed, my brother. We're about to go into DAVON's top 5 picks. And just for everybody, DAVON, I even got somebody here exclusively to check out your top 5 picks. All the way from the Boogie Down Bronx. I got my mom's. You already know right here. Check her out. Saluda.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
How you
Mom
doing?
came all the way from the BX just to, show love and let us know. I brought her up for a week, because she wanted.
Hey, Mom. How you doing?
You know what I mean? So she wanted to come see her son on our axis. I said, man, don't come see, come be a part of. So go ahead, brother, take over.
All right, no doubt. The first video we're gonna get into is a joint that I found over the joint, Niger. The song's called Finesse. It gave me a little D'Angelo vibe just looking at a very sexy video. And I'm gonna make this disclaimer. The videos is for pure entertainment. We're not getting no money off of promoting these videos, nor do we own the rights to any of the music. It's just for pure entertainment and love for the art. All right. So this is Niger Finesse on iAccess Radio. Extremity. Let's go.
Oh boy.
sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. That was Nigel Finesse.
Yeah, I know you don't understand me, cause at times, shit, I don't need her. But I was built to make shit happen.
I see that you got some great music video right there. My mom was feeling that. She was like, that looks very sexy. I was like, Ma.
Yeah.
All right. So what we got coming up next, bro?
We're gonna take a quick break, man.
Yo, what up, Dave? How you doing, man? It's Potato Head people. Yeah, sorry about the way I would be. I guess we were smoking too much.
I'm offline, but I'm on course. Lawn mowing through the grass with the condors. Imitation isn't good for the art form. That's why I got sucker ass rappers on my dartboard. Used to being on tours with the encores. Off time did graffiti with the hardcores. No matter what, love is still the regimen. Thug to get you Benjamins, drugs to get you sentences. That's why my messages plug into the sentences. I'm trying to spread knowledge, I'm down to play the nemesis. I face my problems, I don't Facebook them. Letting go of my fears, I guess fate took them. Heights and views, the mics I choose. Why would people say they sold for some likes and views? Thoughts deeper than the ocean in the Mariana. I get deeper than the soldiers of the terracotta. Disconnected, I smash modems and travel more. My news feed see more bull than a matador. Just don't pay attention, no mind and zero mentions. Whatever happened to artists who in their own dimensions? I think I'm going offline. No offense, but if I cancel accounts, I'll spend time with the people that count. I think I'm going offline. Social media is a waste of time. Rather be present in the moment when I make it mine. Call a friend instead of text a brother. He said he tried to harder back, but then we miss each other. Only get to see some family on rare occasions. So when